All right, so for our warm-up, we're gonna do a three-way row. So I've got two orange bands tied together. All right, I'm gonna cross these bands. So if you just deal with one band, that's fine. Loop it around, we're gonna cross them. We're gonna make an X over each other. We don't wanna over squeeze. These bands I like because I'm just gonna loop my middle fingers in there. We're gonna do three different moves. We're gonna do field goals. We're gonna come back, get a little external rotation with my row, keeping my middle strong. So I'm not arching my back, rolling my hips forward. Pull back, get 8 here. Then we're gonna do a reverse hug. Okay, a reverse fly if you will. We have 8 movements here. Reaching out to the side as much as we're reaching back. Then we're gonna do a regular row. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, push them forward. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, pull them apart. So it's all about the shoulder blade movement, especially on that last one. We're gonna do 8 each way. Then we'll do push-ups. You can be here on the ground. If we need to be elevated, that's fine too. We can come up onto something, down and up. What's important is we keep our core strong, that we don't let our hips sag forward or push back. Our body moves as a unit, and what we're trying to get here is our shoulder blades again to move and working on that chest. Warming it up, get a big stretch at the bottom. It's important that we don't go from our knees on the ground, a girl push-up or whatever you want to call it, modified push-up. It's just from the knees. We would rather elevate our hands and make it easier that way so that we can get that core engagement. If you don't get your core engagement in the push-up, you're never going to get a push-up. So you can do all the girl push-ups that you want. If you're not getting your core engaged, which is really hard to do there, then we're never ever going to get a push-up. We're not really getting strong in our upper body. We kind of just kneel it down. So elevate your push-up instead of trying to go from your knees. After that, we're just going to take a med ball. We're going to slam side to side. So we're going to go right side, slam overhead, left side, and we're literally just going to side to side slams. We'll do 16 of them, 8 each side. We'll run through that a couple times, and I'd like you to get these rows 3 sets. At that point, we're going to be in a half kneeling position right here. We're going to get the knee over the toe, so we're active in this position. I don't want to lean back here and just start rowing like this. We're going to get active with our lower body, pull to your face, let the shoulder blades back out. So we got a nice big row right here, squeezing those shoulder blades together. We'll do 6 on each leg, 6 to 8 on each leg. So switch your knees on the ground and then keep pulling. After that, we're going to get in a nice quick split stance here, okay? We're going to get knee over toe. We're going to try to get this front butt cheek down to the heel. So I start up here in this position, try to send this butt cheek down, long rear leg, and I'm going to row, and I'm going to hold this position for 10 seconds. Pulling those elbows in, trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together, rowing my elbows and shoulders back. Then I'll switch, hold the other side for 10 seconds, okay? After that, moving on to our bench press. So for this bridge press, we'll be here, just like we've gotten up the past few weeks. The bottom of our shoulder blades are on the edge. We get our hips up. We press up with both hands. I'm gonna have one hand pull down, the other presses up. One pull, the other presses up. All the rules apply still, so I'm gonna keep my forearms vertical. I'm pulling straight down. I'm gonna do 8 on the right, and then 8 on the left, and then I'll come down. When we're up, our hips are up, we're pulling our feet back so we're active here. Our whole glute and hamstring are on, our head's back, both arms are driving up. So make sure that we stay active, don't get lazy right here. Keep those hips up, keep that. For our second circle, we're gonna be in a split stance. So I'm gonna be here, left foot's in front, right foot's back. I'm just gonna jump up and I'm switching. And I'm catching myself in that low position, in my next jump. Up, up. Notice my hands are going with my body. Now, if I want to spice that up, I can add some lateral movement to it. So, this is an important detail. I'm going to move to my right. So my right foot needs to land in front. So it's going to be back first. I'm going to jump up, land, jump up, land. Notice both feet leave at the same time. Both feet land at the same time. Okay? We're going to do 10 total jumps. Then, let your heart rate come back down a little bit. We're going to get heavy weights here. Rear foot elevated split squat. Hips stay square. Pull yourself straight down. Nose, knee, toe. Straight up. Straight down. Straight up. Straight down. Straight up. We're going to do 8 each side. You're going to need to grab weights that are heavy enough to challenge you there. Push through it. This is a grinder set. This is very, very challenging. Then, we're gonna get to our chin up. We're gonna come over here. We'll do a chin eccentric. So we'll get up to the top, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, getting long at the shoulders. Make sure they extend all the way. Don't half that chin up. Don't stop here and let go. Make sure those shoulders and arms get all the way long. If you need a bench to stand on, to jump up there, that's great. No problem at all. Use your legs to help you get up, and then control that eccentric all the way down. Everything's slow and under control. After that, we grab a kettlebell. I didn't grab a kettlebell. We grab a kettlebell. This is old school West Coast kettlebell swings. Nothing fancy here, but let's execute them correctly. So, we start with the kettlebell out in front. We find the weight in our toes, the knuckles of our toes. Get that legs rooted down into the ground. Shift those hips back. We're gonna start here with the kettlebell out in front. We're gonna hike the kettlebell back, and we're into our swing. We're gonna throw forward. Throw the hips forward. Boom. Now notice that my lower leg doesn't move. I'm throwing the kettlebell out straight in front and straight back. I don't let the kettlebell go below my knees. I shoot my hips back, and I throw the kettlebell forward. My arms are just along for the ride. I'm not lifting my arms up. I'm definitely not trying to throw the kettlebell over your head. That's silly. Throw that kettlebell forward. Strong abs, strong contraction at the top. Rip that kettlebell back down. We'll do 12 reps there. Then, we're working on a side plank with a little hip hike. So we're gonna be in a side plank here. Okay, dropping the hips, lifting the hips. Drop the hips, lift the hips. Make sure you don't slide back and forth. We don't want to go back and forth here. We're going straight north towards the ceiling. Pause, let it back down. Straight north towards the ceiling, let it back down. If you want to make this more challenging, we've set up some bands on kettlebells, tied it and got underneath the bands. Lift into the band, let it back down. You can add a little bit of weight here, the band's gonna be better off. Or we can just do the regular side planks. We'll do 10 each side. Make sure we pause at the top. That little 2-second contraction at the top is gonna be big. We'll do 4 rounds to finish that out. If you have questions, shoot them below, shoot us a message on Instagram. Come join us. If you're in Lexington, if you're just in town for the day or whatever, come join us. We appreciate y'all very much. Have a great workout.